Scrum artifacts with their commitments in a figurative way. First is the product backlog. The product backlog as shown has the product backlogged items. Each rectangle is a product backlog item. The top priority item will be top order or towards the top of the backlog, and the low priority items will be bottom order, that is towards the bottom of the backlog. For the product backlog, the commitment is the product goal. Then you have the sprint backlog, which is created from the product backlog. As you can see, I have taken 3 rectangles or 3 logged items from the product backlog. These are the top 3 items. And each of these items have been broken down to individual tasks represented in square boxes. So each item has been broken down, and this will be broken down by the team, the Scrum team, specifically the developers. The sprint backlog consists of both these items as well as the tasks. The commitment for the sprint backlog is the sprint goal. The third artifact is the increment, which is given usually at the end of the iteration, but the last meeting, that is the sprint demonstration meeting, is not specifically a gate meeting to release an increment. Increment can be given at any point of time during the sprint, that is 2 to 4 weeks of iterations. However, a cumulative increment has to be given at the end of the sprint or end of the iteration. The increment's commitment is the definition of done. The definition of done is again created by the Scrum team. So this is how the artifacts look like along with their commitments. In addition, the product goal is part of the product backlog. The product goal will be created by the product owner. Sprint goal will be part of the sprint backlog, and the sprint goal will be created and confirmed and committed by the Scrum team. The definition of done is not part of the increment. However, definition of done should be ready before the sprint begins, or at least at the beginning of the sprint, during the sprint planning. And when a product backlog item meets the definition of done, an increment will be born.